All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Woo. All right. Shalom. Shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming today this evening with a short message. I don't know if it's going to be short or not, but with a message. I was just doing taxes, showing which was one of my sons and his fiance, how to do taxes. And it turned out really good. He did pretty good. And then I said, once they leave, I would go live, but they left in between 7 something like 30 to where I said, okay, when I just come on live around about 8. So here I am. I have a topic and it's covering Yah. It's not waiting for you nor me. People tend to have this mindset, which they already gone. It's gone already. But they got this mindset that is gone, that a higher is going to turn things around if they do this, and this. All we have to do is do this, and he's going to turn these things around and keep these people from doing this, and keep them from doing this, and keep them from doing this. I've just really gripped the fact that they don't get it. They don't get that the Father had orchestrated everything before the foundation of the world. He is not coming to actually change what's before you. This is a part of the plan. This is the way it is, and it was said to go. And there are many, but I guess, and again, they have to make their quarters so they can get their check at the end of the month from YouTube. Because I'm trying to piece together, why is everybody thinking and hearing and listening to things? But like he said, Deborah, this is the midnight hour and the deceivers are out. And according for the deceivers to be deceivers, they have to have those that they easily deceive. So it makes sense. Today, I was dealing with a situation, and I'm gonna have to get with that. I'm gonna have to really buckle down and be real humble. And when he's dealing with me, I'm gonna have to be really humble because things are starting to be exactly what he said to me. Things are actually, it's like bam, right there before me. Today I said, it's this one guy. He comes into the store, and I said, he's gonna come into the store today. And I'm like, who cares? You know, that's the outer man. Because in the inner man, it's like, okay, Deborah, this guy is going to come into your store. See, what Father was doing is he knew that this man was very troubled and he was going through some things. The Father knew that. So what he did is he had him to come into the store, but he did what? Like I told y'all, he always touched base with me. And when the Father said it to me this morning, he's going to come into the store, I said, oh, he must be going through. That's the first thing I thought. He must, because he comes in when it gets really hard. And he began to talk to me about a lot of issues that's going on. And one of his issues was his daughter. And this today, he was talking about his daughter and his sister, because him and his sister is in business together. him and his sister owns not a catering, but yeah, like a catering business where they rent out a hall that they have, and they do catering. They prepare meals and weddings, anniversary, retirement parties, whatever. But what he did is he came in and he began to tell me about the issues with his sister. And his sister has a husband that have cancer, and their two daughters stays with them. He said, now you talking about two college students. One is 25 and one is 30. They graduated out of college. And he was saying how they are giving their mother so much hell. Oh, the things that he told me they were doing. And the fathers that's there trying to fight cancer, he said that he had never, his wife told him, his sister told him she had never seen her husband cry. But when he saw how disrespectful those daughters were, and by him trying, he's sick and he's trying to fight cancer, and he's at home and he see his wife being chewed out by these daughters. And I'm just listening. And then he said, but Deborah, my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law from his other sister that left him. My brother-in-law, his daughters, he's catching so much hair. He got 3 daughters, and he said he just don't know what to do. And I'm like sitting here saying, Father, what can I actually give these people? I feel Sister Deborah just feel like you can't give people anything because you feel that thing that giving them what you would call spirit and truth and the light. People just can't handle that. And it doesn't stop me from doing so. It's just that that's the last thing somebody want to hear in this day and time. Spirit and truth and the light. I know what they say they do. They say they, they in it, they getting it, it is them and so on. But the truth be told, that's the last thing anyone wants to hear. So I went on and telling him everything is being fulfilled according to the scriptures. And he's not turning back for those mothers or those fathers that are experiencing the spirits of their daughters and their sons that's out here is just off the chain. And in him, he was trying to say, well, what can you do? That's how he was saying it. It's just like, honestly, the Father said that the judgment is on the people, big time. And just because they want to deny it and live in this midnight hour as if ain't nothing going on, he let them see it. Okay, ain't nothing going on. Let me just stand back from this day on. And that's what he did. He stood back. And his judgment is on the earth. I mean, it is off the chain. And then he said, the fire under his feet is kindled. And I'm like saying, but Father, that's a double whammy. Yes, I know, Deborah. So how they like me now? And people thinking the things that they are putting on this devil platform is really doing something for somebody. Maybe it is. I ain't gonna say maybe. It is. To those that's so totally lost, they don't know they left from their right. So they can just about hear anything to just let them go another day. They just don't care. They don't care if it's spirit and truth, or if it's the light, or if it's something that's going to make them feel better for the rest of their lives or years from now. No one wants that. Y'all ain't waiting on you. And that's what came to me today. He ain't waiting on you. And people really think that Ahia is on their time. They're thinking that Ahia is going to have to rumble on their set time. Mm-hmm. They don't get it. And I know now that the mind is gone 100%, because people really believe that things are going to get better. And in the process of it getting better, all I have to do is A, B, C, and D, and He going to make things change. He's going to turn it this way so things can get better. Right where I'm at, right where I'm standing, right where I'm living. He ain't dealing with you on that level. He says finished. And He ain't waiting for you to accept the fact that it's finished. He is not waiting, because He said to me, He said, now, do you think they sat and they started the ear of people to believe Deuteronomy 28 and never owned up to Deuteronomy 28, but the people still followed and believed the parts that they gave them out of Deuteronomy 28? He said, Deborah, they didn't even care to read how I felt about them in the first part of Deuteronomy 28. They never saw my feelings toward them in Deuteronomy 28. And in the end of Deuteronomy 28, they only took 3 words out, and they surrounded this newfound belief, the religion, Hebrew Israelite movement. And the people are content without even going back and going over Deuteronomy 28 to see, is this really us? Could this really be us as a nation? Is this us? And that's what Sister Deborah is going to cover. Deuteronomy 28 again. But I'm going to cover it in a different way. Because I'm going to say to you again, if you think for 1 minute Yahuwah is waiting for you, you lost without any cause. Without a cause, anywhere. Every turn you make, you lost. Because He is not waiting for you to get nothing right. There are people right here today thinking that Yah is going to wait on them to get everything they need, everything they want, and then He's going to make a move. Everything, people are waiting for so many things that doesn't have anything to do with Yah. And Yah is not coming. But they continue to teach the people. Or if we just repent, if we just do this and do this and do this, in the midst of you people saying, if we just do this, do this, do this, Yahuwah is going to change His mind, or He's going to come and deliver us and rescue us. No, it's not like that. It's not how He's going to do that. We are not on our time. We're on His last hour, running up on His minutes. So there's many, and that's a sad thing, because when this guy came into the store, I was like, well, what can I tell him? What can I give him? I found myself with very few words to say, because I knew exactly what was going on. Have you ever been in a position where you had to stand still, like, hey, what can I say? What can I give him? You see? And that's how I was. And that was pretty heavy for me. And I think about, and you know what, I'm going to tell you really what I think about: the suffering of them that's going through with seeing their loved ones, their daughters and their sons react in the way that they didn't think ever this could be them or this could happen. Yes, it's just that bad. It is just that bad. They're tasting the midnight hour. Something everybody turned their head from, said, well, okay, I'm just going to consider it, okay. It's okay. It's nothing wrong. And the Father, once you get into the line, heading to the narrow gate, you begin to embrace things that is happening different. It's like almost to the point where, okay, this need to be. I see why this is. I understand why this is going to happen this way. Oh, this need to be. This need be. This is the only way. This is how you begin to see things, and then it leaves you with very few words. And I'm a person of many words. And it dawned on me today that with this man, I didn't have the words, you guys. I just didn't have the word. I had the ear to hear, but the words to give him, like I normally give him, I just didn't have it. And that's what I'm saying today. Because people really thinking they own Yah's time. Not Yah's time. They think they own their time. And don't understand you own Yah's hour and not your own. So the things that's taking place, I know a lot of people say, when I raised my kids, I did this, I did this. When we finish said and done, you fail to realize, first of all, where you at, where you been, how you been acting, and where you going. No one wants to look at it. The whole picture. They just want to assume that it's going to get better if we repent. It's going to be like this in a few more days. Oh, if they just get the right president in there, we're going to be all right. Or if they get more jobs and leave the banks alone, we're going to be all right. That's not the way of Yah. The way of Yah is the way that things are going. And guess what? It's nothing you can do. But the Ruach in you that's greater than all these issues in this world can build you up and prepare you for any and everything that's taking place in this world today. And as that caused me to go to Deuteronomy 28 and step into several of these verses. From the chapter of Deuteronomy 28, I also read some of how Ahiah felt about us before he told us if we do the opposite, what would happen. Just hearing all that grace and that mercy and that care that he had for us and regarding us. But we see that today as it's nothing. It don't mean nothing. Because we really believe we are on our time. People really believe this time we're in, we're on our own time. Okay, if it's your own time, what's all this going on in your time? I would not want to even embrace the ideal or the heart, mind, or whatever set that would tell me that Deborah, just set this within you. This is your time. You see? No. We on his time. And guess what? He's in the hour running up on the minutes. He ain't waiting for you. He ain't waiting for you. It's over, you guys. It's finished. And it's been finished. But we are still looking for something extra special. We want him to turn flips backwards. We want him to come and do something to the heathens and Gentiles. We want him to come and do something to the tribe of Judah. We want him to come to make miracles and signs and wonders, baby. Let me tell you something. It's over. It's finished. He's not coming. When I read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 20, and this is what I said earlier to the Father. I said, Father, if this is not for a people that's in captivity, that were brought into captivity under a curse in which you have orchestrated. If this is not for, then who is it for? You see, who is this here Deuteronomy 28 for? You see, it's real, y'all. It's really been real, just like everything else that we have come upon and we have read. We bypass it. We take everything, and it's okay. I'm Sister Deborah gonna keep saying that to y'all. It's okay. It's over. So you can take anything any way you want. You can take Anything somebody say, anything, the way somebody said, the way somebody do this here, the way somebody conduct this here, take it any way you want. It's over. It's over. Okay. In Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20, it says, and Yah, it don't say Yah, it don't say and. Yah shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hand unto to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. See, he's in Deuteronomy 28, he's telling you exactly what is happening today among the tribe of Judah. That's what I wanted to just rest on. He's telling you what is actually happening today. Do you think these people take heed to that? Nope, they never did. They only took out slave. They didn't even take out slave. Oppress, yoke around your neck, and ships out of Deuteronomy 28. And they made the Hebrew Israelite movement religion as a, how would I say, a foundation for many of people who came out of the Christian, the Catholics, or the Jehovah's Witness, Islam, other different religions. They come out, they jump on the Hebrew Israelite movement, and they only took enough to deceive the multitude. And they did a great job. Because the multitude never looked back to say, wait a minute, if you saying that that's us as a people, what is it talking about destroying us? What is it saying? Why Kanye is going to be given something, it's going to be take every penny of it going to be take back from him? Because it says that, y'all. So we thinking that they are doing something to people. They're not doing anything that has not already been spoke of. We just never wanted to hear it. We just never wanted to take heed. We just never wanted truth. And I said, like I said yesterday, just go back and read all those prophets that died. Because of what? Because they were saying a lie? No, because they were speaking truth. Because they were speaking truth. Was that Yeshua when he said, because I tell you the truth, now you hate me, or you want to destroy? That's the mindset of people. Truth causes people to, and 99.9, to react in a way that, oh, they just get so hurt, but don't even understand, baby, that's the side of Satan. That's what they don't understand. That's the same old thing they did to majority of the prophets. Yeah. You see? The same old steps. So here in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20, it's saying that Yah shall send upon thee curses, vexations, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto for to do. Until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of thy wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Now, is Yah a lie? Is Yah lying? Is this in this instructions and direction book that a lot of people tell you, Torah, is it lying? Is it saying something that's not true? Let's continue. As I go on to Deuteronomy 28, I see in verse 24, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 24, and Yah shall make the rain of the land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee, till thy be destroyed. Now, is that a lie? I wonder. Is that a lie? Should we look at that as not true? I'm trying to piece the pieces together regarding until thy be destroyed. So when we get down to Deuteronomy 28 in verse 28 and 29, it reads, and Yah shall smite thee with madness. See that? You gone, baby. You gone. You gone. And if you gone here and not present with Yah here in your spirit, you are, there's no, you don't have a, you can't stand a chance. You're not going to stand a chance. You gone. So when we see all this stuff that's going on, I want to cut out every nation outside of the tribe of Judah, because I think people are looking at so many things all over the world that they fail to realize that their own nation is taking out each other, and no one seems to even. And it's right, y'all. No one seems to even give a rat's behind that is actually taking place. Now listen to here. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. And Yah shall smite thee with madness, blindness, and astonishment of heart. When I saw blindness, you know what I was thinking? The natural blind. That's spiritual blind. You're going to be spiritual blind. Spiritual blind. And astonishment of heart. You're going to be spiritual blind. That means you're not going to even be able to see. It's dark and you ain't even see that it's dark. Okay? So the Yah shall smite thee with madness. What is madness? Y'all know what that is? Gone. Gone. And if you think the elevator goes up from ground to lobby or from lobby to first floor, second, no, the elevator ain't in service anymore. That's where we're at today. And verse 29, and thou shalt go at noonday as the blind goat in the darkness. See that? It's noonday, but you're gulping as if it's night, because you cannot see nothing but pitch darkness, wicked and evil. He's speaking a lot of stuff in these verses, way beyond what I came before you all before, because you can see the darkness of wicked in Deuteronomy 28. You can see it. Verse 29, and thou shalt go at noonday as a blind gulpeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in the ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed, spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. This is what I see. And we running around here trying to say what the heathens and Gentiles are assigned to do. And we're not even paying any attention to what, wait a minute. If they were assigned to do this to us, then what were we assigned to do? To just stand? See, we took 400 years. It's past 400 years. And we took that time to not see any light, none whatsoever, no, not even wanting to see it. And that's where we are today. Somebody come up and try to say something, it's going to always be those who have issues. And it should be, because he has those that's on Satan's side. That's what Yeshua said. I came to collect with the angels all nations, but I had one on one side and one on the other. So you have to understand, if heaven's already orchestrated it to where one of those on one side, and then this one on this side, it's for those who grafted into that oneness. Everything is already revealed right before us that it is what it is. But we still want to add on, put this here, put this here, and put this over here, and put this over here. Oh, no, it's like this, it's like that. And when you finish, you're going to be dizzy because all you're going to be doing is going in a circle. So then I look at Deuteronomy 28 and 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knoweth not eat up. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. Verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. There go that word mad. And at the sight, for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. That's where Sister Deborah is at the sight of what I'm seeing, knowing that it ain't nothing I can do but stay in that race, stay in that lane. And I'm a like I said before, I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a prophet. I'm a living one. And I thank him for having a lane for me to just be in the run in. I just thank him for that. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, in 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. Did he say some of them? Mm-mm. All these curses shall come upon thee, Deborah, and shall pursue thee. It ain't going nowhere, y'all. So we can talk about what the heathens doing and how they doing all we want to. It ain't gonna change a thing. Because y'all ain't waiting on us. We thinking he has to wait for us. He on our time. That's the hearts of people, because their hearts are wicked. And he said, till thou be destroyed. That's verse Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. Why should he be alive? We true. And shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Yah, to the voice of Yah, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonders, and upon thy seed forever and ever. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever and ever. We're thinking we're escaping something, because we're thinking that the time is set for us to arrange the way we want to do this thing. And I saw several people who are getting prepared, going into an area to live and to be ready and get ready. And it's nothing, to live their lives. It's nothing wrong with that, y'all. It's never been nothing wrong with that. But just as long as you seek the Father and put him first in any and everything you do. But I ain't talking about going out and getting something, and then all of a sudden, when we'll get what we need to get, have what we need to have, and do me, and we, and then when we get there, we'll start serving him. No, you won't. No, you won't, because you're thinking about what all you have to get to where you at, and you never put him first. You put yourself, your ways, what you want to do, and how you wanted to do it, and then when it come forth for you, first thing you think, okay, now I'm gonna serve him. Now I'm gonna repent. I'm gonna trust in him. Now things are gonna be better. No, it's not. I don't care where you go. Where you go, the storm it's gonna come forth. I don't care where you at. And most people, a lot of people don't have a, how would you say it? And I guess this is because the Holy Spirit, they don't have the Holy Spirit, the Spirit to say, okay, I'm gonna put him first, and it's gonna be about him. And it's about him, and it's not about me wanting him to change what he already prophesied. It's just Be in me, Father. Let that right hand uphold me up in the midst of all that you say that shall come to pass. That's the mindset we have to have. It's nothing wrong with going out, getting land and growing and living. And at all times, you have to behold him in it all. I mean, in it from one end to the other. He has to be seen. You have to have trust him in A to Z, not A to B, because that's what's going on. Everybody and honestly, a lot of them are robbing Paul to pay Peter, or robbing Paul to get what they need to get for them and theirs, and that's all that matters right now. Okay, and people, that's how they are. But that has to do with the heart of the flesh. It won't see nothing. Okay, in verse 48 of Deuteronomy 28, it says, therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which Ahiah shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. Okay. I want to understand. Well, I want to understand why people cannot see that, and it's just like one day they say, oh, the heathens doing us like this, and they doing us like this, and oh, they in trouble, they done us like this. And the next day, oh, we in trouble, we done this, and we done that. I'm like, isn't it better to just shut up and speak spirit and truth and let it fall where Ahiah has assigned it, instead of wishy-washy? They don't know what they want to talk about. But what I get is, it has to surround the issues of the world. I noticed that. It has to be about the issues of the world. So in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Ahiah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And something kind of scary about that, because it says that's written in the book of this law. You see? So it says, them will Ahiah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Deuteronomy 28 is saying something that's very powerful. And I see that people have bypassed it for a mighty, mighty long time, even to today, which is the end days. And they tend to think and feel that it's best that we overlook that, and then we can't feel it. Whether you overlook it or not, you're going to feel it. Okay? You're going to experience it. You're going to go through it. It's going to be in your face, on your side, and in the back of you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. So I would say to you all, if you think for 1 minute Ahiah is waiting for you, you messed up from the floor up, in spirit and truth, and in your flesh, which is gone. It is so many issues and so many things taking place that is really disturbing to me. And the more and more I'm living, guess what I'm learning, y'all? I'm learning as I live. And I just say, I mean, that's just so beautiful for the Father to let you see everything. Now, don't get me wrong now. Most of it is sad. But when you have him in you and he's greater in you, he helped you to uphold all of it and endure it, because he's given you the endurance spirit to help you in this journey, to see it for what it is. Deborah, you seeing it for what it is, but you still running. You still holding on, knowing that you ain't gonna be able to change none of it. And you ain't looking to change it. You looking to speak on it so that the light can click in on some of these mindsets, and they too shall really focus on what is spirit and truth and the most high, a higher. The light, along with your whole focusing, is just being on how his greatness exists, his how wonderful he is, how perfect he is. The things that sends up words so that he can feel that there is somebody down in this dark hole knowing how to praise me, honor me, glorify me, and feel that I'm due that. Because, like I said, as my title, it appeared to me in this day and time, people thinking Yah is waiting for them instead of them communing with Yah and waiting for his every move. We thinking that he is waiting for us. Like it's almost like he's giving us the power to determine our left and our right and our ups and our downs, where we going from here. No, no, it's finished. It is finished. So again, Sister Deborah, I'm not going to hold you long. Go back into Deuteronomy 28. It tells the story. It's over. It's finished. It's finished. It's going to be some things that's pretty powerful, but it's no need in getting into that because it's going to be what it's going to be. And I just thank the Father for being who he is all by himself. Learn to know him as what he was, what he is today as you live, and what he's going to be in the days to come. Know him like that. Once you know him as was, is, and going to be, then you're learning him to be all of it. Then, now, and the days to come. He has it all orchestrated and resting in the power of his hand. So I, Sister Deborah, will say unto you, seek him in a way that's not like he having to wait on you, but that you're waiting on him. And I, Sister Deborah, would say, I didn't want to be long with that because Deuteronomy 28 came to me tonight on that. And I wanted to cover what my experience was with this one guy that Yah said would come to me. And I just kind of felt sad because I was lost for words because I knew what he was going through. The feeling of what he was saying was happening to other families. I was just lost for words. So I, Sister Deborah, said, I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I would like to say, have a wonderful night. Shalom and shalom.